welcome to another Gene Key contemplation video. We're going to jump into Gene Key 9 today, but before we do, I wanted to zoom out a little for anybody who's new to the Gene Keys and share the beauty that is the Gene Keys. That includes very ancient wisdom. It comes from the I Ching. There's 64 hexagrams in the I Ching. There's 64 Gene Keys, and there's 64 codons in our DNA. So this is literally the language of our DNA in a very poetic and beautiful expression that we can dive very deep into ourselves and understanding ourselves and begin to live life at higher bands of frequencies, which means that we can express our gifts, express our authentic selves, and enrich our lives. Richard Rudd says, the Gene Keys, the I Ching, are a map of changing cosmic forces of our lives, and how we respond to challenges dictate the pattern of our destiny. So the Gene Keys and these contemplations are really an invitation to reflect on the frequencies that we are living through, whether they're in the shadow, the gift, or the city, and to understand that how we meet life's challenges and transform them and embody our highest potential. For me, these are the most important conversations to be having right now. You know, there's many people facing challenges, and the Gene Keys aren't about never having challenges in our life. I love the metaphor of the lotus flower, you know, and some people can judge the shadows and think they're bad, but they're needed for our growth. They help define who we are, just like that lotus flower who grows in the dark muck, has no idea what it is going to become. And one day it slowly makes its way up towards the light, and the petals unfold, and it rests on this water, just shining its color and beauty to the world. And I feel like that's a really great metaphor for the journey of coming through the shadows to the gift and to the city, the acidic levels. So Gene Key 9, let's dive into this one. The shadow is inertia, the gift is determination, and the city is invincibility. So inertia, I think we've all felt this feeling of overwhelm, they use the example of just looking at a mountain and thinking like, this is going to take way too much energy to cross this mountain. And in the I Ching, it's called this hexagram is called taming the power of the small. So it's not about the grand picture. It's about the subtle activities of our life, the small details, the one step at a time. But with inertia, and with all the shadows, it would rather have us lay down and give up. It can feel like we are back where we started and we haven't gotten anywhere at all, and it just makes us want to give up. And you know, if we let ourselves stay in the shadow frequency for too long, it will drain our life force, and then it becomes very hard to climb up and out of that muck. So becoming very aware of when we are indulging our negativity for too long, we really want to be mindful of that. And again, it's not about bypassing what we feel. We need to feel, you know, the weight of our emotions sometimes and just let them flow through our body. I have a video on my YouTube channel called Letting Go, which may be helpful for anybody who's feeling stuck in the emotions. So determination is the gift. Let's move there. And this is about, again, looking not at the big mountain, but just looking down at your feet and taking one step. It's about being in the now moment and saying, what can I do to move myself out of this state of inertia or overwhelm. And the first step is always the hardest, but once you take that first step, you have the momentum behind you, that you have the power of what it takes to take that first step with you, and every step becomes a little bit easier and a little bit easier. And before you know it, you're halfway up the mountain, and then you have all the excitement to keep going up the mountain. And I have a story that came to mind for me about this one. And that is when I moved into this home here, this float home. First of all, it was a big learning curve. I was moving into a smaller space, and I was moving in with somebody else. And for, if you've seen my videos, I've moved 7 times in the last 7 years. And I've been on a real journey of discovery and finding home within myself. And this place, for me, now that I'm comfortable here and settled, feels like a representation of the home that I've cultivated inside myself. But when I first got here, I was so overwhelmed. There was hardly any space to move. You know, it wasn't just my stuff, it was also my partner's stuff here. And I felt like, you know, I've taken so much time cultivating my home and making it cozy, and I just wanted to be cozy. I wanted to snap my fingers and it just be done. And, you know, the bigger part of me didn't really want that, because I do enjoy the process, and I do enjoy the unfoldment and the creativity that comes with, you know, working on one corner of the house at the time. And, you know, we had to buy a lot of furniture. A lot of the stuff we wanted to bring didn't fit up this little stairs here. And it was, you know, overwhelming, because we had all this furniture down in the downstairs space, and all this box, hardly any space to move. It was cold because the door had been open for the movers, and I wasn't sure if like it just would never get warm in this house, and if there would be enough space, like so much stuff for the kitchen. I thought that's impossible. It's all going to fit. Anyways, I let myself feel that overwhelm, and I think it was a representation of just my journey up to this point. And soon enough, I, you know, started taking that one small step, packing, unboxing, when I, you know, little by little, not trying to do it all at once, and slowly being inspired to find furniture and put it together. And you know, I'm very intentful when I put together my furniture. I imagine the energy of what I'm going to create in that space, or what I'm going to relax in that space, or, you know, whatever the space is to be very present and infuse each moment with the magic that is there. And, you know, the excitement, like this is the very first and last time I will ever be setting this house up for the first time, and to cherish it and to romanticize it in a way. And this determination also speaks to, as a lot of the gifts are, about sharing with others, including working with others, encouraging others, learning from others. And it speaks to, you know, this repetition. Like if you pray to your heart, or you, with each action of putting together your home, with each energetic touch of something, you will, the forces of the universe will eventually bring that to you, whether it's, you know, your prayer from your heart, or magic that you're infusing around your environment. You know, this is the cosmic law, you know, so long as it comes from the heart and it's coming from a selfless place for the greater good. And I love what Richard Rudd says, that whatever our difficulties in life, if we bring our attention and determination into the small, everyday, local details, and we make our changes there, that is the foundation of magic. And I know I've come across people in my past who've, you know, wanted to have it all. I want to own an island. I want this, I want that. And they were so looking at the mountain of what they wanted in their life. But how they were living day by day, each day, how their morning looked, how their nighttime looked, was just rushing around. Their energy had nothing to do with presence, or the magic, or the love. It was this, this force, this forceful feeling, this, I'm not settled now. And so looking at our day to day and how we want to feel in the morning, and then what actions we can take, what little steps we can take in order to manifest ultimately whatever the mountain, the bigger dream or vision it is that we have for our life. And the city of invincibility, this invincibility is very beautiful in the audio, how Richard Rudd speaks to it. But to sum it up very quickly, I have a note here that invincibility isn't about never facing challenges. It's about becoming so aligned with the flow that you know each small step is a part of a larger, unstoppable movement. And that's where the determination becomes predetermined by the cosmos. And you have the whole cosmos, the whole energy of the universe, moving you. And I just thought that was really beautiful. And I'd love to hear from you. What do you feel with this theme? Maybe if you are feeling inertia, what small step can you take to dissolve inertia and create momentum in your life? And if you are feeling determined, share that, what has got you excited in life, because that determination can be infectious and inspire the community around you. I'll see you in the next video. For the viewers, we're here. We really need to drop Tim here.
Holding everything up.